Admit it. Life is tough, but it's not an excuse to give up. See, the stage where we grow up from child to man, from ignorant to overwhelming awareness of the catastrophe that's going on around you, you start to realize that control a lot of times is an illusion. You thought you had it handled or you knew what you were doing, and you had this blind thinking of that you knew something, that you were that this bubble that you were living in was life. You know, this little small surface area pretty well, like I got it, but you never had a grip in the first place. And the way life is moving, the way society is moving, is the amount of doubt and fear, the, the way that we were guinea pigs in this age of social media and comparison and envy, that you're just flooded. You're flooded with the pride of thinking you're greater than you are and thinking that you deserve more than you do and thinking you deserve anything at all, any type of handout, any type of guidance, any type of, ease up, like, let me get back up, let me try, no, thinking that, other people are envious, but you're not, other people are jealous, but you're not, dealing with the constant streams of lust that's been attacking you since a child, dealing with the greed of always getting what you want, always being handed, thinking that you're a child forever, but then when you grow up, it's all taken away. You don't even want what's given to you because you didn't earn it. You're confused. What do you want? Does what you want even matter? Do you matter? All these questions sort of spiral, and then you're in this constant war, this constant fight. Instead of surrendering, giving in, being honest with yourself of where you're at and how you need to get to that next step, and whether you're willing to do what it takes or not, you're just fighting in your mind, struggling, or you're stuck between a rock and a hard place. I don't like who I am, but I am not willing to do what it takes to become who I need to be, because that means I need to get rid of who I am now. So you're attached to this person that you hate, struggling to become the person that you're supposed to be, but not willing to give up who you are now. So what do we do here in this slothful city where everything is slowed down, and every day, every second, everywhere you look, all the voices are negative. Everywhere you look is dragging you down. You feel like no one understands, but the other person also feels like no one understands. So now what do you do? Are you even going to get anything you ever wanted? Are you even going to be here tomorrow to even care? Whatever you love, whatever you cherish, could be gone in the blink of an eye. You start to think, what's the point? You start to think, wait, why am I even here in the first place? All of these questions, all of these uncertainties. But the last thing you want to do is just surrender. Now, this isn't a new thing because in life and even in the Bible. All of these questions are asked. All of these situations arise with all different types of people. I'm talking parents, I'm talking political figures, I'm talking celebrities, I'm talking disciples, kings. Nothing is new under the sun. It's all been experienced, it's all been done. So, where does that leave us? Well, I was actually on social media like everybody else and looking at this post about Icarus. I don't even know that story, you just know, fly, you flew too close to the sun, something about wings, burning, dying, something. I don't know. But in the story, Icarus and his father are approached by the king. And the king asks them to build this labyrinth, build this huge place for whatever reason, because he heard that Icarus's father, Diophanes, I believe his name was this great man who just could do a lot of great things. So he's like, yo, let me put this guy to use. So then he's building this place, all, and then this labyrinth is like this huge maze, and you can't get out. It's like known, like once you enter in here, you ain't getting out of here. And then he built this huge place, and then he's like, yo, okay, I did what I needed to do. Time to head back. Like, you feel me? I ain't with all this big palace, this big whole city, and all this maze and all this stuff. Like, oh, this is cool. But like, I want to go back to my little small, my little small place with my son. And the king said, no, like, I really, I really could use like your help building like a lot more other stuff. Like, look at what you built. Like, this is amazing. Like, there's more that I could have you do. And then the father's like, thanks for the offer, but like, I'm trying to go back to my son, like with my son. And the king said, offer. What? He thought I was, he thought this was like a conversation and asking, brother, you're not going anywhere. And then lo and behold, this huge, elaborate labyrinth, this maze, this quote unquote city that he built with his own hands was his cage, was his dungeon. All his hard work. This was a great invention. This was a great creation, and he worked very hard. But it ended up being his hell. It ended up being his prison, built by his own hands. Thought that he was doing something for the greater good. A lot of times we are in prison. We feel trapped. We feel stuck. But it's us that put us here. We did this to ourselves. It seems crazy because a lot of things are outside of our control and a lot of things happened to us or said to us or wasn't said to us, was withheld from us. And we kind of blame that for this is why this happened and whatever, and victim mentality. And I'm a culprit as well. But our choices matter. And at the end of the day, our choices are what matters the most. How did we respond to that? What did we do? Did we do our due diligence of actually seeking out more, greater, trying to understand and have a mindset for the future? Did we do our part? Or did we constantly make decisions, make choices, work our hardest to build our own prisons, and now we're in here trapped, banging on the jail cell, banging on, holding on to the bars, and the key is tied around our neck. Looking around saying, yo, help me, yo, why am I put in here? Like, get me out of here. But it's like, bro, you put yourself in there. But until you look into the mirror, until you literally see yourself, finally stop running and hiding and being busy and looking anywhere but at yourself and acknowledging it's on you, you'll see the key. You'll see the key right there. The visual that's coming to mind right now is Aaron looking at himself when he was in the prison. But anyways, um, so he built his own prison, Icarus, his father, and then now he's like, yo, like, damn, I'm trapped here. But then he sees his son, like, he's flying this kite, and he kept asking, like, he kept, like, this kite kept getting brought up during the story, and this guy's flying this kite. He's looking at the kite. He's just getting inspired. Like, kite, like, yeah, like something about it. It's calling to me. Like, that's the key. Like, that's it. That's it right there. And then he built these wings. He built two pairs of wings, one for him and his son. And he's like, yeah, we're gonna do this. He got the feathers and all that, whatever. And then, mind you, I think I forgot exactly. I think people thought he was going crazy because he kept looking up into the sky, and then he was like gathering feathers, like one feather after another, and everyone was just like, "What is he doing? Like this guy's lost his mind." It's funny. It's funny. It's funny. It's funny. It's funny. It's funny. Actually, I forgot about that part. How it looks so mundane. It looks so meaningless. Like he was thought that he lost it. He doesn't know what he's doing. What's wrong with him? And he's just collecting one feather after another. But he knows the plan. He knows what he's doing. And then later on, when he takes flight with his son, and everyone's just looking, just jaw drop, like whoa, like how did he get up there? It's it's in the small steps. It's in the little things. But back to the kite that led to the wings. That kite, that's Christ. When you were lost, when you were trapped, when you were down, and you seen Christ, and you seen the joy, the love, the peace that was involved with that. That at the end of the day, you didn't come to Christ looking for accomplishments, awards, to boost up your ego, your pride. You came to Christ for love, for purpose, for a reason to live. And then you come to Christ and he gives you wings. He gives you wings. And what do you do? What do you do with those wings? Now you're in the air, now you're flying, now you're soaring, and you forget what brought you here. You don't remember where you were. You don't remember what Christ did for you. And you choose to use this gift, this newfound wisdom, this new resurgence of strength for your own glory. And you chase after something that's not meant for you. You use it just to revert back to who you were. The dad was flying And he told the sun, don't go too high. Don't fly too high. Don't get too close to the sun. It will burn the feathers. You'll die. But don't go too low either. Don't go too low either. Because if you get near the ocean, the water might get on the feathers, gonna make your feathers heavy. You'll go down to the ocean, you'll die. So it's not just about going too high. It's not just about having these extreme goals and not really thinking about what's next and just gunning for the top. But it's also about not getting too down on yourself, not getting too depressed, not getting too sad, not getting too unmotivated and drowsy and lethargic and just having, you have a down period, you have, like a down week, a down month, but then a year, 5 years, 10 years, like don't sink into that ocean either. That's also a big part. But regardless, the dad said just follow his flight pattern. Trust me. I know with these wings, you're gonna feel this this high, this ecstasy of just you want to do whatever. But trust me, just follow my pattern. Because believe me, I've been there. Jesus walked this life. I've been tempted by everything you've been tempted by. I know what you can achieve. I could have achieved it too. I had all the power in the world to do whatever I want, to be whoever I wanted to be. Could have been the ruler over all. Killed everybody. Could have ruled over everybody. Had whatever he wanted to have at any moment. He was tempted, but he chose to surrender to Christ. With every option available to him, he chose the best option, and that was surrender. So now he's passing it on to us, where it's, yes, I understand what you're thinking. I understand, yeah, you want that, you want this, you want all these different things. But you wanted it before too. Where did it lead you? I'm trying to show you something better. I'm trying to show you something different. And told him to follow the flight pattern. He told him. But at the end of the day, Icarus did what he wanted to do. And he wasn't thinking. He was just flying. He was just going crazy. And he flew too close to the sun. And as he was falling, his father looked and saw his son falling down. And he cursed his own wisdom. He cursed his own cleverness. He didn't get mad at his son. He got mad at himself. Your response is everything. And put the blame on another. Everywhere you look, somebody is tested. Greatness comes from the response. It's not a bad thing to be tested, to be tempted, to be stricken, to fall. Greatness is all about getting back up. If you never fall, then you're never going to be great. One percent are those that keep trying. Every single king or disciple, all of them never thought that they could be who they ended up becoming. They didn't choose that path. The path chose them. A lot of this is kind of confusing, or you don't want it because you didn't choose it, but that's the whole point. It's not about you. It was never about you. It's the response to the times. It's the response to what you are destined to do. Adam didn't choose the garden. Moses didn't choose to live that duality of a life where he's living in the palace and his people are slaves, and he didn't choose that. That life chose him. And with that, it came responsibility that he had to decide what's your response? Are you going to listen to me and save your people? Or are you going to go back to the palace? Do you want to be a slave? What? Adam ate the fruit. Adam, where are you? What was his response after? I didn't ask for this, girl. I didn't ask for this. I didn't ask for this life. I didn't ask for this. You gave this to me. That's his response. Cain, where's your brother? Am I my brother's keeper? That's his response. When God rejected his offering, what was his response? Constantly is about the response. You think Noah asked to build an ark? Everyone's living their life and you're spending all your time building an ark? Saul and David, no, neither of them asked to be king. Neither of them thought they would ever be king. What was your response when they got those wings, when they got the crown? One thought that he was in control, that he had all the power, that he could do whatever he wants. But another always remembered that it was given to him. That this isn't his kingdom, it's God's kingdom. This isn't his life, it's God's life. God gave me this life. It's not mine, it's his. Your response is what's important. That's what's going to change your life. Love.